Hi guys, so I wanted to come on today and take part in this tag that I saw going around. I think I first saw it on Shelly's channel, which is Graphic Unicorn, and I'll link to her channel in the description below. And then I believe I saw Shannon do the tag as well, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that. I think I saw it on her channel. It's hard to keep track of all the channels out there, but it definitely started on Shelly's, and it's called the I Love Fall tag. So I thought I would take part and answer the questions because I love fall and I've always loved fall. And so let's get started. Okay, so I've grabbed the questions that I wrote down, and the first question is, what is your favorite fall activity? And I think for me, my favorite fall activity is, okay, funny enough, I never really had one until like a couple of years ago when I decided to start decorating for fall. And so ever since then, I've really loved that. Like, I love putting out the decorations for fall. I haven't done it yet. I'm a little bit late this year. Just because of everything that's been going on, but I'm really hoping within the next week to finally have them up. So unfortunately I won't have them up as long as I usually do this year, but that's okay. So yeah, I love to decorate, and I think, my other favorite thing to do is with my job as a nanny, I love to do activities with the kids that have to do with the theme of fall. So, you know, we started in September by doing apple themed activities. And then this month, the first half of the month, we're doing Thanksgiving activities because here in Canada, right now actually is the Thanksgiving weekend. Tomorrow, Monday, is Thanksgiving. And so this past week we did some turkey crafts, and then next week I thought, like, because usually our Thanksgiving doesn't happen this early in October. It seems really early this year. Usually I thought it was like the second weekend in October, but for some reason this year it's the first weekend in October. And so I'm usually used to getting at least like a good 2 weeks of Thanksgiving activities in. So I'm like, you know what? I know Thanksgiving is tomorrow, and when I go to work on Tuesday, Thanksgiving will have been past, but we're still going to do a couple of Thanksgiving activities this week. And then the next 2 weeks is going to be like Halloween themed stuff. So I just love doing all the crafts like that because of all the pretty fall colors, the bright oranges and reds and yellows and even browns, like all mixed together. Like, it's just so nice. So I really love to do that. And then I also really love to break out my children's books to bring to work because I have a lot of Halloween themed children's books. But I recently came to find out that I don't really have any books that are specifically fall themed. Pretty much all of my children's books are Halloween themed. So one cool thing is that now that Margaret is in kindergarten, this year they started sending the Scholastic book orders home. And so I actually got to see, not this past week, but the week before, she brought home the October book order forms. And nowadays, you can still order by filling out the order form and bringing in your money to the teacher. But now they actually have it where you can go online and order as well. So I was looking through her book orders because I'm like, oh my gosh, I always loved book orders when I was in school. It was like the thing that I always looked forward to. It was so exciting. And my mom pretty much would always order at least one thing from it for me. And so I was like, I got to look through these book orders and see if there's anything that I want. and I saw a lot of really nice looking fall themed books. So, and the prices were like incredible. So I actually finally got myself some fall books, and I thought it would be fun to tie them in with this tag and show you them. So not all of the books I ordered are fall themed. I think there's 2 in here that are not. And the first one is, I've always loved this story from the time I was a kid. Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. And I've always wanted to have this in my collection. And guys, it was only $2. So I was like, sign me up for that. So I got that one. But here's the fall one. So we have Amazing Autumn. And some of these were only like $2, $3, no more than $4. So really, you know, like a lot cheaper than when you get them in the bookstores. And the good thing about it is that they benefit the children's classroom. They go, I guess, like the teacher can earn points or something, and then they can turn those in to get free books for their classrooms. So I figured cheap books that I've been looking for, and also helping out a good cause. So I also got We're Going on a Leaf Hunt, because I have the book We're Going on a Bear Hunt, which like every kid I've ever looked after loves that book. So I thought this would be a really fun one. And then this is another one that's not fall related. It's called A Family is a Family. I thought it sounded really good because it talks about all the different types of families that are out there. So I thought that was like a really fantastic book to get in my collection. And then this one is Little Elliot Fall Friends. I thought that looked really cute. And then the final one is In the Middle of Fall. So yeah, I'm really excited to read these to the girls. I was just going to leave them at work, but I thought I would bring them home to use in this tag, and then I'll be taking them back to work this week for them. Although actually, since we're going to be heading into doing Halloween activities, I might just bring my Halloween books first and then bring these fall books in November, because I don't want to like overwhelm them with too many books. So Halloween books are always fun to read as well. Okay, so the second question is, what is your favorite fall drink? And I would say for me, it is tea. And I am the type that likes flavored teas. So for a while we had pumpkin spice brulee tea from Teavana, but they've closed, so we can't get that anymore, unfortunately. But we finished that off. And then we also had, it was like an apple cider type tea for a while, and we finished that one up. So right now what we've opened up, because we bought it when Teavana was closing and they had a sale, it's apple pie a la mode tea. And it is, to me, that's like the perfect tea for the season. I know it's not pumpkin spice, but I kind of look at it like for fall, it's like pumpkins, apples, that kind of stuff. So I've been enjoying that. But any tea really at this time of the year, when it's like chilly in the evening, or when you wake up in the morning and it's a little chilly, it's nice to have a little bit of tea. We also have the tea we got from Trader Joe's that's pomegranate berry or something like that, and that's really good. And then, let's see, the third question is, what is your favorite fall candle or scent? So I don't really have any candles, but we do always go to Bath and Body Works and get like their seasonal hand soap. So right now in our bathroom we have an apple type one, like Apple Orchard or something like that. And then we also, I think Alex also bought one that's like a pumpkin scent that we're probably going to put out soon. So we do that kind of stuff. I also have one of those like scented wax melt things. And I bought some that are like a pumpkin spice scent, I think. I think that's what I have in our storage room. So I have to get that out. Right now we have, I think it's lilac that's in there. So I have to melt that so I can dump it out and then get melting some pumpkin spice stuff for the season. And then I just like the smell of like baked goodies. Like if you bake a pie or something, it just smells so good. Number 4 is, what is your favorite fall accessory? I don't think I really have one, to be honest. I'm not much of an accessory girl. I just like being able to wear hoodies, I guess. That's my thing. I like hoodies in the fall because once winter hits, it's a little bit too cold for hoodies. You got to break out the winter coat. So yeah, I guess if you want to call it an accessory, I don't know if it's considered one, but I love my hoodies. Number 5 is haunted house, hayride, or corn maze. I guess I would say hayride. Probably I would lean more toward hayride because I just find it so relaxing, just, you know, going through, like when Paul and I went to the pumpkin patch that one time, that was so nice, like just going on a little hayride around the pumpkin patch. And it's nice when it's like a nice sunny day and you get to see like the sun, you know, shining down on all the pumpkins and all the different colors, and it's just very relaxing. I do like corn mazes as well. I just find them fun. I'm not one that finds them scary. I've always found them fun. The only problem though is that the last couple of corn mazes I've gone to have been kind of lame, and they're like very easy to navigate through, or in fact people would start cheating in them and they would like they would knock down like part of the corn husk or whatever to cut through, and then it would make like another path that it was like, okay, is this path actually supposed to be here or not? So that's where I kind of like got away from corn mazes, because the last couple of ones have been kind of lame. But prior to that, like as a kid and stuff, I always loved them. Haunted houses is a no-go for me because I'm a big scaredy cat. I don't mind the haunted houses where it's like you sit in something and it like drives you through the haunted house, because usually those, it's like mechanical things that like just look scary or like make spooky sounds. Those don't really bother me. Like those are fun. We have one like that at Center Island. And I remember the first time going on it, I was afraid. But when I went through it, I was like, this is really funny. And then I went through it like a second time and enjoyed it. The haunted houses that I can't deal with is the ones that you walk through and there's like real people and costumes in there. I can't do it. I remember going through it one time. My aunt and my uncle took me and my cousin, and I think I was about maybe 10 or 11 at the time. So he would have been, I don't know, I think he's like 5 years younger than me. I think. I'm trying to do the math. But yeah, he was a lot younger than me. And so we went through together, just the two of us. The adults went ahead for some reason. And we had to leave. We had to ask to leave through the exit, because like they said that there were certain points within the haunted house that if you got to that certain point, there would be a staff there, and if you were scared and you wanted out, to tell them, and they would take you out through an exit or whatever. But the worst part about it was that we told them, we're like, we want out, and they're like, okay, follow us. But the exit even had scary people pumping out at you. But the guide basically would tell us what was coming up so that we weren't too scared, but that traumatized me. And then later, as an adult, like after Alex and I got married, my friends decided it would be fun to go to Halloween Haunt at Canada's Wonderland. I reluctantly went, and it ended up being like so crappy because it was cold and raining for half the night, and we had to end up buying ponchos because we didn't have umbrellas. Basically, it was a whole bunch of different haunted houses you go into. So I didn't have to go through one haunted house. I had to go through many haunted houses. And each one had a different theme. One of them was actually a corn maze. It was terrifying. Some of the ones we went into were so dark that you could not even see the hand in front of your face. You couldn't see the person in front of you. Every time we went into one of the haunted houses, my friends and I basically would make a line and hold on to each other's shoulders to kind of like guide each other through. And it ended up, one of my friends ended up being the one always stuck going first because she's not as scared as we were. I was sort of in the middle. I kid you not, half the time I just closed my eyes the entire time and just grabbed onto my friend's shoulders so hard so that I wouldn't lose her, and just basically let her like lead me through the haunted house. I didn't even want to see anything that was going on. Just the sounds was enough. And one of the very last haunted houses that we went through, this one girl in this like super scary costume literally like decided to torment me and follow me. She like came up to me and was like making these creepy sounds like right in my ear, like she was right here. And she was saying stuff, but I don't really know what she was saying. It just sounded creepy. And she followed me for like almost the remainder of the thing. And like I kept screaming like, go away, and she kept following me. And it was just, I was like, no, never again, never again. And the funny part was that because we had all bought these ponchos to try to stay dry and whatnot, well, my poor friend that was in front of me in every haunted house, I ended up ripping her poncho to shreds by the end of the night because I was grabbing her like so tight because I was so scared that I ripped her poncho like to pieces. By the end of the night, she had to throw it out. So yeah, I don't do well in the haunted house stuff. And like even when you're walking around the park to get from like one haunted house to the other, they have like freaky people like dressed up, like people going with like fake chainsaws like running after you and stuff. Terrifying. Like I know it's fake, I know they're costumes, but in the moment it just all seems so real, and it's just like terrifying. I can't do it. So long story, I know, but hayride for sure. Number 6, favorite Halloween candy. I think it's always been like the little mini size chocolate bars like Kit Kat or Aero. Those were always my favorite growing up, and they still are. When I was a kid, I also liked the caramel candies, but I'm not too big on them anymore because of my jaw and stuff. But yeah, and also like when I was a kid, I really liked getting Lifesavers in my trick-or-treat bag and the little Popeye cigarettes. But now, yeah, I would say now it's basically just like the little mini Kit Kats and the mini Aero chocolates. Those are my favorites. Oh, and like the mini caramel bars too. Those are really good. Number 7, favorite thing about fall. I just love getting that break from the hot, humid weather. And I like when it's not too cold, but there's that kind of like crisp coolness in the air where, like, you know, instead of breathing in like humidity that, you know, it feels like you're breathing in a whole bunch of pollution. When you breathe in, it's like this nice, crisp, clear air, and it just feels so like refreshing. And just taking walks like among all of the colored leaves and just seeing all of the trees, like especially if we have to take a drive to a family gathering or something that takes us onto the highway, and you see all these beautiful trees, like all the different colors. It's so pretty. So I love that kind of thing. And finally, number 8, what is your favorite fall meal? I really like making butternut squash soup. I really enjoy that. I have to do that soon. We have to do that. We haven't done that in a while. I love the butternut squash soup because it's just delicious. I love squash, so. And the way we make it is like you liquefy it, so you can just drink it out of a mug. And it's so nice and soothing. And I also like making, we have a broccoli and cheese, I think it is, broccoli and cheese creamy kind of soup. I like making that. Or chili, although chili for me, I kind of associate more with winter, I think. Yeah, chili is something I associate more with winter. So yeah, butternut squash or broccoli and cheese. Or it's actually broccoli potato cheese soup that I make. It's really good. So yeah, there you have it, folks. That is the I Love Fall tag. I hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to go check out Shelly's channel. And if you would like to take part in the tag, go right ahead and make a video and let me know, and I'll go check it out. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching, and once more, I hope all of my Canadian viewers out there are having a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend. Bye guys!